you are, in the dark. Good. Tonight, there's just a voice. Nothing to follow, nothing to do with any of it. You put something in your ears and lay back. That was the whole decision. Everything else can wait. Hey, you don't have to close it. Not yet. Not if you don't want to. If these nights help you rest, you're welcome to subscribe. Not now. There's nothing you need to do now. I know. You're holding it open. The day. Keeping it just slightly ajar. You can feel the weight of yourself in the bed. The dark around you is real dark. The room is real. And there is only this voice now, and nothing you have to do with it, because closing it feels like signing your name to it, like saying, yes, that was it. That was the day, and you don't want to agree to that yet. You don't want to file it away, to stamp it finished. So you're keeping watch, keeping it lit, keeping it open. But nobody's coming to collect it. Nobody's waiting at the door for your report. Nobody needs you to summarize it, to give it a final shape. Nobody's counting. That's the thing I want you to hear. Nothing is being added up. There's no column for today, no running total, no balance sheet waiting for your signature. It doesn't have to come to anything. Doesn't have to amount to a particular sum. Doesn't have to be reconciled. The day just stops. It doesn't get filed in a cabinet. Doesn't go in a drawer labeled done. It isn't waiting to be graded or weighed or measured. There's no ledger. There never was. So you don't have to be the one to close the door on it. You don't have to turn the key. You can just let it drift. Let it fade into the dark without a verdict, without a ruling, without you saying it was fine or that it wasn't, without you saying anything about it at all. You can let it be unfinished, not added up. And that doesn't mean it didn't matter. It doesn't mean the things in it were small. They might have been enormous. But right now, nobody's counting. Nobody's holding the scale. Nobody's keeping the record. And these hours, the ones you're lying in now, they don't have to be spent well. You don't have to fill them to prove they existed. You don't have to make them produce anything at all. You can just have them here in the dark, with nothing happening, nothing being made, Nothing being fixed, nothing being resolved, just warmth and weight and quiet, and this voice, which isn't going anywhere either. Nothing here is building to a point. There's no lesson coming at the end, no insight you need to catch. I'm not walking you through anything, not taking you on a journey, not guiding you to a destination. I'm not using these minutes to get anywhere. I'm not hurrying toward a finish line. These words aren't building a bridge to somewhere else. They're just here, occupying the dark with you. And you don't have to follow them. You don't have to track where they're going. You don't have to hold on to the sentences. You can let the words slip past you. Let them blur. Let them soften until they lose their edges. Let them dissolve like sugar in warm water until they become pure sound. Just warm vibration. Just low texture, rising and falling like the dark is turning over. And you can rest against that sound. Rest against the quiet. Nobody's counting. Nothing is being kept. No record, no score, no tally, no sum, no final figure. No one is weighing what got done against what didn't. Not because those things don't matter. They might matter very much. They might be the most important things. But right now, nobody's counting. Nobody's holding the ledger. Nobody's checking the figures. You can let your mind go slack. Let it soften like warm wax in a quiet room. Let it spread out and thin out and lose its shape. No thoughts to line up, no accounts to settle, no loops to close, just blur, soft blur, dark blur, and in this blur there's just the warmth where your body meets the bedding, where the air meets your skin, not doing anything with these sensations, just noticing they are there, the weight of whatever is covering you, how it presses down just slightly, how it holds you in place without holding you. A gentle downward presence. You don't have to feel grateful for it. Don't have to name it comfort. Can just let it be what it is. Weight, warmth, the fact of being horizontal. Nobody's counting how long you lie here. Nobody's timing this rest. No right amount of it, no wrong amount. Just this. And if your mind wanders off, if it goes looking for the edges of the unfinished day, that's allowed too. You don't have to bring it back. Don't have to gather your attention. Let it wander. Let it drift. It will find its way to the warmth again. Or it won't. Either way, nobody's counting. The night's been going on without your help. All of it. The whole dark stretch of it. It never stopped to check whether you were watching. Never needed your attention to keep going. While you were busy with other things. While you were holding the day open. It just kept happening. Quietly. Without a word to you. And it doesn't need you now. So you can let the wait be just wait. Let the warmth be just warmth. Let the dark be just dark. And my voice be just sound. Nothing to solve. Nothing to prepare for, nothing to get right. Just this voice, continuing, not arriving anywhere, not building to anything, just low and soft and slow. You can let your thoughts become indistinct. Let them lose their names. The things you didn't finish, you don't have to call them by name. Don't have to list them. Don't have to promise anything for them. They can just be shapes in the dark, blurred edges, no detail, nothing to read. Nothing to sign, just dark shapes in darker space, and you can rest in not knowing what they are, not knowing what they mean, not knowing if they will wait or if they won't. The not knowing is allowed. It is not a problem to be solved, just the texture of right now. Nobody's counting how much you don't know. Nobody's measuring the uncertainty. There's no prize for having it figured out. No penalty for letting it blur. Just blur. Soft blur, dark blur, warm blur. Something is holding you up, has been the whole time, without you arranging it. Even if you never thought of it as holding, the fact of lying down is enough. The fact of being horizontal in the dark. No journey required to get here, no effort to maintain it. Just gravity doing what gravity does, and your body letting it. Nobody's counting how well you're resting. There's no score for this, no mark for how well you've let go. You might be holding on to something without knowing it. That's fine too. You don't have to find it. Don't have to release it. If it wants to stay, let it stay. If it wants to go, let it go. Not your decision, not your work. Just whatever is happening in the dark. This voice will keep going. not because it should, not because you need it to, just because it is. Sound in the dark, warmth in the ear. Nothing required of you in return. No listening to do, no following. You can miss whole sentences, can let the meaning drift away and keep only the tone, the low, the soft, the slow. Just that, just texture, just presence. Nobody's counting how much you heard. Nobody's testing your comprehension. The words can be just sound, and the sound can be just warmth, and the warmth can be just here, with you, not going anywhere, not building to anything, just continuing. And nobody's going to ask you what it was. Not tonight. Nobody's going to come and say, "So, what was today?" There's no version of it you have to hand over. No summary, no account, no sentence at the end that makes it one kind of day or another. You don't have to decide. You don't have to know. It can just be a day that happened, unnamed, unsorted, unfiled, sitting there in the dark behind you, not asking for anything, the way all the other days are sitting there, quiet, uncounted, not adding up to anything in particular. That's what days do. They just stop, and the next thing is dark, and you're in it, warm and horizontal and done, and nothing followed you in. Nothing came through the door with a question. It's just dark in here, and a voice, and that's the whole of it. And you don't have to know why it went the way it did. That's the other thing you can put down, the explaining. There's no reason you have to find, no account of what happened to the hours. They just went the way hours do. And you were here for all of them, awake in the day. That doesn't have to add up to anything either. Some days you're just in the room while they pass, and nothing comes of that, and nothing has to. It isn't a story that needs an ending. It isn't a question that needs an answer. It was a day, and now it's dark. And look at what this is. Half an hour, maybe more, of a voice in the dark, saying small things. None of it is building. There's no argument being made. Nothing here arrives anywhere. No point waiting at the end of it. It won't have been for anything. When it's finished, there'll be nothing to show. No result. Nothing you could hold up and say, there, that's what that was. And that's not a fault in it. That's what it's for. Soft, slow, low, going nowhere in particular. Same as the dark. The dark isn't working towards anything either. It's just dark all the way through. And the warmth under you that isn't producing anything. It's just warm. Nothing in this room has to justify itself. Nothing in here is being weighed. Not the dark, not the quiet, not the hours going past, not you. You can be here the same way the dark is here, without a reason, without anything to point to, just present and soft and heavy and finished for the night. Nobody's counting what this was, not this half hour, not the ones before it, not any of it. It doesn't go in a column. There isn't a column. There never was. That's the part that's hard to believe at first. And then it isn't. Nothing is being kept. Nothing is being totted up somewhere while you lie here. No one is going through it. No one is checking. The day is just behind you. And this is just now. And now is soft. Let your body get heavy. Heavy and warm and still. Let it sink into the bedding. Not falling, just settling. Like dust settling on a still surface. Like snow settling on soft ground. Gentle, silent, undisturbed. Let yourself melt into the warmth. Let yourself spread out and become still. Nothing to hold up, nothing to keep straight, nothing to track or monitor. You can let go of the count, let go of the watch, let go of keeping track. Nobody's counting, not the hours, not the minutes, not the moments that passed without a witness, not the things that were supposed to happen, not the things that didn't. It doesn't have to be reconciled, doesn't have to be understood, doesn't have to be accepted or rejected. It can just be over, and you didn't have to sign off on it, didn't have to give it your blessing, didn't have to agree that it was enough. It just ended. It simply ran out of hours, and the night took over without asking permission. And you can just be here, in the nowhere of the night, where nothing is required, where nothing is measured, where the dark is just dark, and the warmth is just warmth, and the sound of someone speaking softly is just sound. Let the words become just vibration, just texture, something to feel rather than hear, something to drift on. Nobody's counting. Not me, not you, not anyone. Nothing is being added. Nothing is being saved for later. It's all just drifting now. Drifting like this voice. Drifting closer and further and softer and slower. You don't have to be awake for any of this. The dark is going on without your help. It always was. Nothing out there is waiting for you to notice it, like the night happening without your help, without your witness. It's just dark and warm and quiet. Nothing is being added up. Not here, not tonight. There is no column this goes in, no total waiting somewhere for a last number. It isn't going anywhere. It doesn't have to come to anything, and neither does this. None of these words are for anything. They're just soft and slow and low. Nothing to hold, nothing to keep, nothing to carry down into the dark with you. You can let the day stay unfinished, exactly as unfinished as it is. It can stay just like that while you sleep. Nothing happens to it. Nobody comes for it. It just sits there, quiet, unweighed, and so do you. Nothing to finish here either. Nothing to leave in order. You can go mid-sentence, mid-word. Nothing here needs you to see it out. The voice just stops whenever it stops, and nobody writes that down either. And the sound of my voice getting quieter, softer, slower, fading, saying nothing in particular, just soft and slow and low. Nobody's counting. Rest now. Just rest. Soft, slow, low. Nobody's counting. Rest. Soft.